The call to communion, inscribed in our sexuality. Let's stop right there. Rich words here. The call to communion. What is communion? A common union. The call to communion, to a common union between a man and a woman, is literally chiseled by God in our bodies. Think about it. A man's body does not make sense by itself, does it? Guys, have you ever wondered, standing there in the shower, why, oh God, did you make me this way? Am I the only guy who's that? Ladies, don't laugh too hard. Your body makes no sense either by itself. But seen in light of each other, unless we are blind, and sadly many people in our world today are blind to this, seen in light of each other, we discover the unmistakable plan and design of the Creator. If there's a God, we can see what He intends by what He has made. And haven't you read, Jesus said that in the beginning He made them male and female and called the two to become one flesh? Those words of Jesus pierce through all the sexual confusion of the modern world like a very sharp sword. Haven't you read that in the beginning God made them male and female? There's a plan here. There's a design here. The two are called to become one in a very holy communion. And this call to communion that is inscribed in our sexuality, the Pope says, is not all that important, so I wouldn't worry about it. No. He says it is the fundamental component of human existence in the world. Not just one little component. It is the fundamental component. If we don't understand this component, we don't understand who we are. And you know what? This is the problem. We all have amnesia. Because of original sin, we fell, and when we fell, we got a major conk on the head, and we all have amnesia. Christ came to wake us up from our amnesia, to help us understand who we really are. This call to communion is the foundation of human life. None of us would exist without it. And it is also the deepest foundation of ethics and culture. Why do we live in a culture of death? That means a culture where people actually choose death as a solution to their problems. What is the root of the problem? If you're like me, I'm sure you've been working hard in pro-life movements and pro-life efforts. But why are we still killing 4,000 babies a day in this country alone? And why haven't we made more progress over 35 years of pro-life work? What happens if you just mow over the dandelions in your yard in an attempt to get rid of them? They're back. Why? Having gone to the root. What is the root of the culture of death? Put it this way. If our society has a cancer, we have to treat that cancer at the cellular level. Everybody with me in this analogy? What is the fundamental cell of the society, of any society? The family. But let's go deeper. What is at the nucleus of the cell? What is the nucleus of the cell that is the family? What is the origin, the deepest core of the family? God, yes, but what does God do with a man and a woman so that they can have a family? Marriage. They get married. That's right. But what do the married couple do to have a family? Sex. Thank you very much. Can we get over this hump and learn how to talk about this? This is what I'm getting at. Let me give you a little visual here. If this is the nations, the relationship of the nations out here, okay? If there are wars and chaos going on out here, there's a war between the nations, it's because way back here, there is a war between the sexes. How so? How does this affect that? Bear with me. Sex builds families. Everybody with me on this step? Yes. Families build and shape neighborhoods. Everybody with me here? Neighborhoods build and shape communities. Everybody with me here? Communities build and shape towns and cities, yes? Towns and cities build and shape states. States build and shape nations. Nations build and shape the world. This is why recently Pope Benedict said, if we want to work for peace between nations, we must go way back here and work for peace within the family, founded upon the union of man and woman in one flesh.